On Saturday, the 13th of February, the youth are planning to go to take a rally to Lekki Tollgate. You remember the story of the Lekki Tollgate where youth were killed by the military men during the NSAS protest. What is your own advice to the youth? Is it for them to go on for that rally or for them to stay back and speak out their mind? What is your own take about it?
Yeah. They planned a protest by the youth to go to the Lekki Gate. I don't see anything wrong about it, but they do it in remembrance of their colleague that died during the last year protest. So I don't see anything wrong. It is done all over the world in remembrance of those that fell as a result of the protest or against their yearning a protest to the government, because the youth are really suffering. Look at the numbers of graduates we produce every year, yet there's no meaningful employment for them, which is wrong on the part of the government. So I don't see anything wrong for the youth to go there and in a solidarity with their colleague that fell last year. I don't see anything wrong.
Don't you think the government will have a plan, or maybe don't you think government have a plan against them or against that rally on Saturday?
Yeah, definitely the government will definitely come against the youth. One, because it will tarnish their image internationally, so they wouldn't allow that. So to me, on the part of government, they should allow them to air their view. It's sympathy with their colleagues that died. So I don't see anything wrong about that proposed.
The youth plan for a protest on the 13th of this month of February. What's your take about it, sir?
To me, I don't think it's necessary, because to me, you see, our governments, they are not even ready to listen to the masses, because what has happened, what happened previously at that NSAS up till now, some victims, they have not been compensated, and to me, if at all there's a protest again, there are people that government will now be going after to freeze their accounts, which I believe is not good enough, because government should be a government that listens, because the masses are the one that put them there. There should be a government that listens to what people say. Our government should be a government that provides employment to the unemployment youth. Like I appreciate part of a government program like Empower, but at the same time, government has to do more to the youths and to the old ages, because they promise, because even during the time of election, what is happening now is not what they promised us. So understand, to the answers, I think we should be patient. So understand, we should be patient, because the lives we lost during the NSAS protest the other time, the family, they are still in how will I put it? But to me, I don't think it's necessary now, because government are not even ready to listen to us. They are not ready, because some property lost during the time of NSAS, some hoodlums, they hijack the process, and at the end of the day, the victims, they've not been compensated. So if anything happens again and the hoodlums hijack the protest, I think, to me...
Don't you think the Nigerian youth are very, very angry? Reason being that the instance of a thing, the people being killed in that place, compensation is not yet being given to them, and so on and so forth. Don't you think that is the thing that is scaring Nigerian youth, making them to be hungry and decided to go for a protest? Don't you think that's the reason? Because I thought that it's better for government to hold on now, settle whatever needed to be settled, give the youth what they requested for during the NSAS protest, and then after that they might decide to reopen the Lekki Tollgate for business. But now they've not settled that one, and they want to go back to business. Don't you think that's the thing that is making the youth getting angry and wanted to go for the protest?
Yes, it might get some youths hungry, but to me, it is of no need, because according to what former governor of Lagos said, he said if the place is opened, that the money, they will be taking the money out of the Lekki Tollgate to compensate the victims. So me, I believe we should hold on for a while. Let's see how it's going to run. Let's leave them for maybe a month, 2 months, and see if government will do what they promise us to do or not. So that's when we can now say, okay, our government, they are not listening to us. Even the promises they made during the time of NSAS that they are going to compensate after reopen of the toll gate. So to me, I think we should just hold on a while and see what they are going to do, if they are going to do it. So what are the advice I will give our youth now is we should be patient and let the Lagos State government do what they promise us to do. So maybe after some time we can now say yes, they failed us, so we can go and protest.
Yeah, my brother, it was a great shock yesterday when I learned that Lekki Tollgate has started operation. The wasted blood of the innocent, those blood wasted there, are still crying for justice with no one, not even the Lagos State government, to give listening ears to those people whose blood were wasted. According to Lai Mohammed, it was the world first massacre without blood and corpse. When you know that when the military shot, if they shot civilians in Nigeria, Nigerian soldiers will take the dead body of civilians, so that it is called want of evidence. You can never trace it. They killed those children, they threw their dead bodies into Atlantic Ocean. From Lekki Tollgate to Atlantic Ocean is not up to 18 meters, if not up to 100 meters. Let me just put it like that. So they threw those children into the Atlantic Ocean, some of them into the swamp. They sank them into the mud. They buried them there. And we were asking for justice since 4 to 5 months now. Nobody pay us attention. Now, they have started collecting money again at the expense of the dead, the bereaved family, those people whose children were killed. They are now collecting money, blood money. It is unfair. If we keep on paying money there, the spirits, the souls, the blood of those wasted, the blood of those people whose blood were wasted, they are going to attack every Nigerian that crosses that toll gate and pay money. I tell you, Sanwo-Olu, as a Lagos State governor, has failed. As the Chief Security Officer of Lagos State, it is his responsibility to protect his life and properties in this state. You don't need to run to Mr. President if there is an act of insecurity, state of insecurity in your state. If such occurs, you take action by yourself, because you are the chief commander of the armed forces of such states. COS. CSO, Chief Security Officer of the state. Why must you run to the Army General or Commandant? Why must you run to Brutai, Chief of Army Staff? Why must you invite Army soldier into such civil matter? You shot children that were singing Nigerian national anthem with the flag. Those children thought that if they did it so, those armed soldiers would have that feeling to allow Nigerian national anthem to, soar or just, truncate that kind of act. That's what they thought. But what does it portend today? There is no act of patriotism in the army. If you want to boost Nigerian army, they are high morale. If you want to keep them on high morale, tell them to go and shoot people in Igbo land. Tell them to go and shoot protesting farmers in Akure forest. Tell Nigerian soldiers to go and have a field day at Nnamdi Kanu's palace. Nigerian soldiers' morale will be boosted. They will go to all these areas and start mowing people down with blades. They don't have fear of God. They don't have fear of Nigeria. as an entity, they don't have patriotism among themselves. So shooting at the toll gates, if they reopen it, I think Lagosians, I think youths across the country, north, south, east and west, should truncate that such action. Nobody should collect 10 kobo there anymore. The wasted blood there, they are crying for vengeance, and truly God is going to do that for them.
Say the realities. Wọ́n ní ibi tí erin méjì bá ti jà, kúrúkú bẹ́ẹ̀ ló máa jìyà o. You see, that Lekki Tollgate, I don't know the reason why they want to reopen it now. What of those people that they've lost their life? Have government compensate them? Imagine, let me put it this way. Can somebody, you as a person, can you invite the soldiers to come to that place and start shooting innocent people? Eh? And they think that we civilians, or we voters, we electorates, we are nothing to them. And then the election is coming now. They will start coming and campaign. We should campaign again. They don't shut out those people. They died. They lost their life. What did the government do for them to compensate them? Nothing is done. Nothing is done. Now, because of their own business, they want to open Lekki Tollgate, where there is God. There is God.
It is where.
So, my view is that they did not solve. They say, can they come for inquiry? I don't know. Which inquiry have they set up in Nigeria and you see the end? I have never seen anyone, any single one, from state level to federal level. Who are we deceiving? Are we deceiving ourselves? Our government are deceiving us. Today they are in power. Tomorrow there will be no more. When you are, if you attain a age of, when you attain the age of 70, 80 to 90 years now, you are now, your name is now being forgotten gradually, until they say one day he has passed on. I'm going for a foreigner now. One of the top politicians, they will bury him today. Frontline politicians, they are burying him today. That is the end of his own life. Everybody will die.
Of course.
Right. What I want government to do, most especially Lagos State government, you see, they have to sort out those people that they lost their life, they have family, compensate them. Eh? According to what you said, that idle mind is a devil place. Now they want to reopen Lekki Tollgate. In which port the money is going? The money that generating from that Lekki Tollgate, in which port is the money going? Let us look at it like that. And we, Nigerians, we are not sleeping. We are not sleeping. Even we are not dormant. If even my child at home, my young boy at home, as a student, the way he relate to me, sometimes I always feel surprised. Where are we heading to? What are we laying down for our generation to come? Our children, younger children. We are into it now. Nothing we can do. But compensate these people first before you do Lekki Tollgate.
My take about that is that the government, they want to satisfy themselves, their selfish interest, because the reason for the protests have not been achieved. Many lives were lost. How many months now? The panel that was set, nobody have been penalized. Both the soldiers, the police, who ordered the shooting, army is denying it. Lagos State government is denying it. Then who ordered the shooting? Then what is the federal government doing for those people that lost their lives? They didn't talk about that one. Those people have died and they have died. The issue is forgotten. But they are so in a haste to reopen the toll gate because of what they stand to gain at the toll gate. To me, it's uncalled for. If they value their citizen, they're supposed to have taken drastic measures to ensure that those people that shoot the officers supposed to be brought to book. But at the end, when the panel will close, we will not know. Because so far, the panel have been set up for how many months now? Even Lagos State is trying. Other states have not even resumed at all. So to me, the government have failed us.
So, and there's going to be a protest on the 13th of this month. Will you advise the youth to make a protest again?
Okay, I'm just hearing of it now. I don't know if there is any planned protest. But even if there is, I don't advise the youth to go for any protest, because those that lost their lives is the family and the loved ones that bear the loss. The ones that they protested, they didn't achieve anything. So organizing more protests is further destruction. The one that they did, government lost their properties, individuals lost their properties, no compensation at all. So organizing any other protest at this moment, that's not what we need. But I believe that in fact we need a government that will have the citizen in mind. Protest or no protest, those that can, at least when the people cries, the government can be able to hear and listen, not through protest, strike or rioting. That's my take on that.
Ilé ìrísí àkọ́kọ́ ṣíṣí Lekki Tollgate 2 àti rally táwọn ọ̀dọ́ múra láti ṣe, kí ni ohun tẹ́ rí sí sà?
ẹ ṣe sẹ́rí lórí nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn àwọn ọ̀dọ́ lóòótọ́ right náà jẹ́ bet kò wáyé ká fi ní ara wa lára púpọ̀ jù because kò sí wọ́n ṣe lè dálẹ̀ tó àwọn kan á tún suffer but kò sẹ́ni tó lè ní kán máa pààyàn lóòótọ́ ẹni tán bá ti pa ọmọ ẹ̀ sìn ṣé wọ́n lè jí ọmọ yẹn fún tán bá tún protest kò sí kó má tún mú ẹ̀mí dání àwọn ọ̀dọ́ yẹn ni kíjọba mọ nǹkan tán máa ṣe tí òfin fi ní sí pé bóyá àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tó máa jáde tán tó máa lọ fèsì ọlọ́pàá tán máa lọ fèsì sójà kò dẹ̀ sí bọ́n ṣe lè fèsì ọlọ́pàá tó gbà tó tí pressure yẹn bá pọ̀ jù ọlọ́pàá náà á react so kíjọba kán mọ ìgbésẹ̀ tán máa gbé ní kán má sí kinní yẹn padà bẹ́ẹ̀ tí kán bá fi kanjú sí gbùdùgbùdù báyìí kán kọ́kọ́ tẹ aráàlú lọ́rùn lórí nǹkan táwọn ọmọ yẹn ń béèrè fún gbà yẹn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tán ń béèrè fún wọn tí ì ṣe so that is my own.